Welcome back. Well, it's Friday. Nick Bontis is here with some analysis on business. It's nice to have you with us.
Happy Friday. Thank
you so much. Well, first up, this week, Facebook announced its largest acquisition to date, saying it is buying the popular photo app Instagram for $1 billion. Why the interest in this app?
You know what, I don't understand myself. $1 billion? Are you kidding me?
That's a lot of money.
I thought .com craze happened way back in 1999, 2000. First of all, there's 13 employees. They have zero revenue, zero profit, and zero market share. Where do they come up with $1 billion? I don't get it. It's just a photo sharing app with a couple of filters involved. When I heard the announcement, frankly, I had no idea what this thing was about. Now, the one thing that I do know about Facebook is they're sitting on mountains and mountains of cash. But that doesn't mean because you have a big bank account that you should just blow your money willy-nilly. The other reason I think this transaction happened was because they didn't want the competition to get it. And frankly, we know that Facebook is going to be publicly traded as a stock probably in May sometime soon. When you do acquisitions and you're a publicly traded company, you have way, way more disclosure, millions of eyes looking at you. Now when you're still private, I guess nobody's looking at it. But frankly, Taz, I'm still flabbergasted.
It's
$1 billion.
It's a staggering number. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about labor issues at Air Canada, because we had more pilots calling in sick again today. What is this going to do for the company, and can they get over this hump?
It's not a good thing for Air Canada, let's face it. I mean, okay, I understand that when you're negotiating and it's unions, you know, it's tough with negotiations, and I understand why the pilots are doing this. But you know what? You're only hurting the company. You're only hurting the public. At the end of the day, we have to have a pain for why they go sick. And if they're sick, you know what? They should have a doctor's note. That's not going to happen, because a whole whack of them from the same community are getting sick at the same time. So this is their way of using the rules to bend around other rules. So frankly, you know what? The only way that's going to stop this is if there's a fine. You're a pilot.
They have been told if they don't legitimately prove that they are sick, that they would face a fine of $1,000 a day.
And I agree with that 100%.
You do agree with that?
Yeah, $1,000 a day is disincentive to call in sick at work, in my opinion.
And WestJet is guaranteed to benefit from this.
Well, of course, because, you know, they always pride themselves on not having union membership and the fact that they're all, you know, one big happy family. But, I mean, there's issues at WestJet as well. But with regards to Air Canada, this is now getting ridiculous. It's only hurting the Canadian consumer.
All right. Well, some good news for Hamiltonians. Lister Block finally opening its doors today. I guess you saw that. Yeah. What does Hamilton need to do to attract more business to the downtown core? This is obviously a good first step. What needs to come as well?
Well, this is fantastic news, obviously, and I know the Hamilton Economic Summit, which takes place in May, they're always talking about how we kind of revitalize downtown. I have 5 pieces of advice for revitalizing downtown. Number 1, safety. Let's have a police presence in downtown roads so that people, retailers, shop owners feel safe to have traffic there. Number 2, reduce the bureaucratic red tape. So the city of Hamilton, let's make it easy for small businesses. Beautification is also important, putting up trees, putting up bushes, nice flowers in the summertime. Let's also make it a transit walking community, so perhaps, you know, third or every 4th Sunday of the month, you know, one street is only for walking or pedestrian. I think that's going to increase traffic. And finally, clustering. Clustering is when you have like-minded businesses that work together. So, for example, I know there's an art graphic design cluster now. There's a software cluster as well. We have to now give incentive to these organizations to cluster together so we have dominant strength downtown. So I think those are some pieces of advice, but good news because we want a revitalized downtown.
Very good news. All right, thank you so much. Of course, Nick Bontis is a professor with the DeGroote School of Business.